Say hello, boy. Say hello, boy. Who's that? Hey, what are we doing today? We're doing, see, we've got cats in here, so we're going to do some fish today. We're going to do a chip shop style fish and the brown rice or onion rice. We're going to mix some prawns in there as well. We're going to marinate the prawns and, show you all that. So let's get cracking because it's quite a bit of a process for doing that one. So here are some of the prawns. I bought some king prawns actually. They're a bit on an offer. So they are a bit large actually. So a bit of a mouthful. So what I do is I cut them in half, and that way it's not so much of a mouthful, especially if they're mixed in with the rice. You got fish as well going with it. Got the prawns there. Here they are. Well, now we're gonna season them. We're gonna just give some zing into them. Seasoning the prawns is just nothing complicated. It's just salt, a bit of parsley, lemon, and a bit of olive oil, and just stir them all together. So give a nice taste. There you go. That's your prawns there. Beautiful. For the fish, I bought some Tesco's cod fillets. Actually, they're quite nice, thick pieces as well. £3.30 for the bag. You get 4 pieces, I suppose. Yeah. And we'll leave them drain a bit. Once the fish drains, what we're going to do is we're going to put some salt on it, sprinkle some salt, front and back, and let the salt, sink into the fish. It makes it a bit firmer, as well. So and then just before frying, just put it in the fridge for half an hour or so, and just dig it out about 10-20 minutes before frying. For the batter, to stick to it. Obviously, you put it in flour. I'll show you all that as we go along. And now we're going to get on to the rice. We're going to chop the onions and show you how it's all done, and get started with that one. It takes a bit of a while, for the onions, to brown. For 3 cups of rice, I'm probably going to do 4 onions for that one. We're going to blend these ones. Chop them. Sometimes I chop them by hand, but for the onion rice, you need really to have them, quite fine. So if you do a pulse and then you give it a shake, that's what it should look like. And for the pan, we're going to add some oil. I usually use sunflower oil. I wouldn't advise olive oil. Olive oil burns in higher at higher temperatures, and it gives a bit of a taste as well. So we're going to cover the bottom. One of the key things about this onion rice, the onions have got to be really, really brown, very dark brown. Very fine line between burnt and very dark brown. 15 minutes later and it's nowhere near. Oh, and don't forget the prawns every now and then. Give them a stir. For the rice, it's usually 3 cups. 3 cups I do, but it's 1 to 1 really, 1 to 1 and a bit, you could say. You can eyeball it. Some people do eyeball it actually, and they do it like that. These are more experienced people than I. I like to stick with the measures. Rice has started browning, as you can see. It's still got quite a bit to go. What we're going to do is we're going to take the lid off and put the heat up a bit. See, this is still not brown enough. So when I reduce the heat, it's more controllable. Otherwise, it's just going to go black straight away. That's the color I want. That's it. Let's put the water in. Once the water boils, keep it boiling for a couple of minutes, just for the water to get colored. Let's put some salt. Now, salt is the taste, whatever you want to put in there, but I would do like this. I boil the salt in the rice anyways. There, you think this is a hell of a lot of salt. Trust me, it isn't. Let's cover it a minute and let it boil. It started bubbling a bit. I left it bubble for a bit, just to get the color. The water gets the color. Put the rice. There we go, all nice and bubbly. So I've just reduced the heat on it. I'll check it again in about 10 minutes and see what's it like. So I personally stir it after 10 minutes. A lot of people don't. So it's a matter of preference, really. If you don't stir it, you will end up with a bit of a crust at the bottom. And that's why I try to avoid. But as I said, it's a matter of preference. Now, that is the color I'm looking for. That fairly dark brown. The prawns will go at the very end. This is mainly, what shall I say, a Mediterranean dish, stroke Egyptian. So it's got a mixture of both. Now it's batter time. Gonna eyeball this one, to an extent. Say 250 grams worth of plain or self-raising. Doesn't make any difference to me, really. Key ingredient is the baking powder. 2 teaspoons of that. It fluffs it all up and it makes it, quite fluffy. You need to get the consistency, anything between double cream and a single cream. So just keep an eye on it, while you're blending, and testing it every now and then. Now this is far too thick. If you have a thick batter, like this, you will have quite a crust on the, on the fish. There. It's a bit, I don't know, it's a toss-up between double cream and a single cream, but I think this one will do. Now, as far as the batter is concerned, always try a thin strip of fish, get the oil heated and all that stuff. Try a piece, dip it in there and see what it's gonna come like. So don't do all your fish based on that particular batter that you actually made. So always test it first, then you know if you need a bit more flour or you need a bit more water, thicker or thinner. So you've seen this drain, there's quite a bit of water in there, so you drain that out and then spread them out like this and put a bit of salt. There's that small piece we're going to do a thing with it. We're going to do the test one with it and just kind of small pieces like sort of a finger food, shall we say, and salt them both sides, and then ideally just put them in the fridge really, and for a few minutes so they firm up. And we'll put them in the batter, later on when they come out of the fridge again. Now we put the flour, as you can see there, just just put it there. You need the fish, you need to put it on the flour in there for the batter to stick to it. I suppose many people will know that. And that's the test piece. So see how it goes. It's when it changes color, it's ready. Usually about 6 to 7 minutes, but when it becomes nice golden brown, then your fish is ready. Now we'll batter the rest of of the whole lot and start frying them. Just put a quantity at a time there, and until they're golden brown, and your fish is ready. Just dip the fish in there, and as you go in, when you take it out, just get rid of the excess, and into the pan it goes. More of the same, as you can see there, it's just have them spaced out. Don't cram the the whole pan with it, and yeah, we'll watch it now and see. Beautiful. That's the stitching. There. That's what you need. You need that color. There. Put it on a tissue there. Now, just put the prawns just a few minutes ago to coincide with the last lot of the fish, and here there are some garlic mushrooms that Omar brought. And that's the finished dish, how it is. It looks beautiful and it tastes just as nice. So enjoy, whoever has cooked that one to that recipe, enjoy it all you can. Thank you so much for watching and being with me, and I hope it turns out like this when you do it.